All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Charlie, 64. Weak. Down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 77 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Wentz now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
80 weapons. Rock it. Rush in.
Back to throw here. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jannard Avery. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Elliott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
There's a lot of good on that play when we see the big fella take it and rumble into the secondary. But how about the big part of it, taking care of the football? He doesn't carry it very often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get it popped free. Unlike Mike Tolbert in Super Bowl 50, carrying the ball popped free, turnover, and it hurt his team.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You draw Porter. Let's go. Look at me. Go.
And now a carry here for the fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
He wasn't ready. But I did it.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that is going to be incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, it's Wentz. Incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Great 57. Hey, Alpha.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence. It borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Mike 54. Mike.
Hey, Mike 7.
Check tight. Check tight.
Yes.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Hey, we got to get this stop here. They kill. They force Tokyo.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff pick. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 30 yards there. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Elliott. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
We just saw another nice game there. How about some kudos for the offensive line, being able to carve some space in the interior all game long and let the big guy rumble.
They'll run with Elliott. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Ready. 52 is the mark. Check. 52 is the mark. Go on. Go on, D. Snap.
Back to throw now on first down. That one complete to Elliott. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him plays like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. 1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Here's Elliott. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play,
and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 50 yards. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check, check. Lucky.
Running with Howard. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Whip. Watch the whip. Alert 3.
On the give, running right is Howard. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here we go. 280. Sunday.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
14, 82, 14.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Here, shift.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns, PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A good gain there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
I got you, boy. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Yes. Get it.
This is Elliott. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Check out Reese.
6-6. Pull it high.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
Check 53, right. It's a party now. Hey, check 24. He's coming.
On the give, this is their fullback. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And I want to give the big guy some credit because he deserves it, but where was the defense there? Because he's not a burner.
I think they fooled him big time by handing him the football. It's not normal for him to touch it very often on a running play. I think the defense was just ill-prepared for that eventuality.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Got it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Go on, go on. Hit it.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Rock it. Watch the shoot. Now.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Right there. All day, baby.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Bravo.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Hey, watch the ball. Bang, 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 bang.
Alert flash.
Shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run with Howard. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz gets this one to Morris. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Man 5-7.
We got motion. Back up.
Hey, wahoo! 2-jet. Hang in there now. Hang in there.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's got this down to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And his pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. On 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Rip 5-2. On here. Go.
No.
Hey, exit.
Wentz to throw again. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
82. Check. Hey, Lou. Hey, Ford Tokyo.
On 1st down, Wentz. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Hey, box truck.
Give me some. Here we go. That's the one.
Yep.
Check nickel. 53's the mic. 50.
Look at me. Go.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard. 79 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, nickel.
52's the mark, boy. 52.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down now, it's Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. When they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean, they want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go. Watch the eye.
61, matchbox, light, 9.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They go with Howard again. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Hey, Haywood!
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Trying the right side with Howard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
Into the red zone. Wentz eluding the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's checking crap. Mike's 54.
Wentz. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, orbit.
51 to Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Let's go.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Looking deep in the direction of... And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 29, Wentz over the middle complete. That's Morris. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Check the great 57.
Slam.
List by 2.
Slam.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Now Wentz. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there, and an Eagle 1st down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Watch the slant. 50's the mark.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. He leaves this one for Howard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Hey, 74. Hey, Zoo.
Mike's by 4. Let's go, defense.
Wentz going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Let's go, Great.
54. Mike 54.
Hey, we're good.
On first down, they run with Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Waiting. Sunday. Sunday. Hey, seam 6.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's now 3rd down.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
55. Hey, eat.
Buzz. Kill.
55, Mike, 55. Here we go.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Hey, Alpha.
2nd and 6. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And that's Elliott, complete.
Set up. 60 or.
Watch the curl.
Hey, high 7.
52's the mark, boy. 52. Let's go, D.
2nd and 9 now. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Go, go. Let's go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Gets this one to Morris. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Bravo!
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just
empty.
Check 13. Shift.
Blue draw Corkers. Great 57.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Rip right.
To throw is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back to throw, Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Cowboys, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the on EA Sports.
You got black. Can't believe you got black to join this. Huh? That nigga.